we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause already. Come on. We got the bad boys in here.
Yeah.
Officially here at Sirius XM, Sway in the Morning. I got Heather B right here. Give Heather B a round of applause. Tracy G, Lonnie Light, DB, Torch, Penny Jammin', Drew, and two of the most respected, revered people to ever come out of entertainment. Please make some noise for the one and only Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Hey!
This is incredible. Incredible to see. Incredible. Wow, good to see y'all. Hey, Will. How you doing? Love the movie.
A lot of meet and greeting going on.
You gonna sit right here, Martin. We have Will Smith and Martin Lawrence live in the studio with us in the house, and they shaking hands with all the people who won tickets to be here. This is incredible. And Will got on the fly chain.
Will all right. Will did his thing.
Feeling a little sexy by myself. You know, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, Martin. You look good too, man.
Yes.
They didn't mention your sweatsuit jacket, man.
I know.
That's when you know you had to come up in the 70s to wear a sweatsuit jacket like this.
Well, exactly. I have a great wardrobe, lady, and she hooks me up.
She hooks you up. I like that, man. You looking good, man. Look at these gentlemen. I grew up with them, but you grew up watching them, and look how amazing they look.
Absolutely.
We try to keep it together.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, man. I got a chance to watch the movie. The movie is incredible.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But before we get into all of that, I haven't seen you all since the last time.
I know. Bad Boys 3.
Bad Boys 3,
That's right.
And now we're at Bad Boys 4. How you been?
Good. Spectabulous.
Yes.
Okay. Spectabulous.
Yeah? Yes.
Now this run, this time together with Marty Marr, it's because of the strikes, we had strikes in between the movie, right? So it's kind of extended the time that we've been working together. So it's been like a year.
It's been a year.
It's been one of the, just one of the greatest periods of my life. This dude's a real one right here.
Wow. Okay, man. It's interesting because when you see the on-screen chemistry between the two of you, I wondered, like, do they still get along?
Oh, yeah.
Like, off-screen,
most definitely.
Yeah, better than ever, man. Better than ever.
Is the dynamic the same? Like, Martin, your character is always messing up Will's car, or Will always, you know what I mean? Like, but in real life, what is the dynamic like? Is it that? Are you the mess up and Will's the voice of reason? Or
Nah, I think we're both the voice of reason. Because we want the best for each other.
Okay.
Yeah. No, real life has been like just, we on set, the work environment is like absolute respect.
Okay.
Right? And we are there to win as a team. We're there to win together. So it's like an energy of service to one another that is like, make me teary when I think about this dude.
Hey, man, I can only imagine, man. Y'all looking good, man. Give a big round of applause for him again.
Thank you. And thank you for saying that we look good and that I look good, because there's a rumor out there that I had a stroke, man.
Man.
That's totally not true. So I just want to clear that up. But I thank everybody for the concern and the love, and just thank you. But Marty's all good.
Marty's all right.
There's also a rumor, and I wasn't going to bring it up, that you're a clone. That was the one that I heard.
That
you've been cloned.
Well, that's AI.
Yeah.
So you're feeling good, Martin? You're feeling good. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so we can shut that down right now. Jeez, okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. It's when I look at you too, because we're cut from the same cloth, came up around the same time. Y'all just made it bigger, quicker than me, and a lot more money. I still get up every morning, Will.
I know.
It's kind of fucked up, right?
No, we getting up every morning. We getting up every morning still.
Okay.
No, it's a really beautiful time, man. When I tell you, like, when I look at this movie, I've been watching it with a bunch of audiences, and it really is centered on love and friendship and the joy and fun that comes out of having a ride or die, you know? And it's like when you just center it on that and then allow the comedy and everything to come out of that, you know, it's fantastic watching people watch the movie and they don't even you're not thinking about that when you're watching it, but what you're really seeing is 30 years of people. We've been partners in this business more than half of our lives.
Wow.
Great.
You know,
Wow.
it's like the first movie was 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yo, and you know,
95.
and when you look back, it's like you don't realize you're like signing your life with somebody. You know, we just looked up and it was 30 years.
we got married 30 years ago.
Been stuck in that marriage the whole time.
Been stuck in the marriage the whole time.
One of the things I saw a thread, and I really started seeing this in the third movie, is you guys as these officers, but you're starting to deal with getting old, aging, right?
Exactly.
You know? And in this particular movie, without giving it away, you deal with immortality.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Both of your characters deal with immortality.
Yeah.
Yo, once you reach 50, that becomes a real ideology, right?
Yes, absolutely. You know, it's a big thing when you realize that you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like with the movie, what we told ourselves is we would never make one of these just to grab the bag, that if we were going to make one of these movies, we had to have something we wanted to say. And when we sat down like this to talk about it, there was real stuff to talk about it. Now, it's a popcorn movie and it's fun, but we like to think of it as gourmet popcorn.
Okay.
Little caramel on it.
Little carrots.
Where there's some ideas, and it's like we wanted the characters to grow in the way we wanted Mike and Marcus to grow similarly to how Martin and Will are growing.
Okay.
Right. So we wanted to be touching on things that were like age appropriate and not trying to still be young boys like we 25, because I think that's how you can hurt the franchise and even the growth of people along with us. Because you going through a lot of the stuff that we're going through.
We're going through the same thing, Will, but you have a lot more money to go through it. That's different. It hurts more with me.
Stings a little more.
I can't see you. The pillows could be a little bit softer.
But HB, you want to jump in there?
I do. Thank you guys again for doing this. We've been excited about it. I saw the film last night. One of the threads I picked up, and maybe I dug a little bit deep, was fatherhood.
Yes, absolutely.
I lost my dad in 2018. He was the love of my life.
Yeah.
When I watched the film, it made me think about you guys both 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that fabulous episode on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Ben Vereen played your dad,
Yes.
and how that stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
But Martin, when I thought about you and the Martin show, there was never a father figure on there, and the father. And I wondered, was that on purpose? If you can answer that, and Will, and why that episode was so important. Why Martin Payne never had a father figure on the show?
Because my dad wasn't really there, like my mom. My mom's was the rock.
Yeah.
She was, the mom and dad. My father was there sometimes, but not enough.
So you never chose to address it like how the Will character addressed it on The Fresh Prince?
No, I chose to highlight my mother, the strength who guided me to be who I am.
Wow, thank you for that. And because it made me think about it last night.
Yeah, and for me, I've had a real transformation of my perception of my father in the last probably 5 years. My father died in 2016. So it was, I always had the impression of my father as like a really oppressive. He was military, and we had to put hospital corners on our beds.
Wow.
Making our bed and our shoes tied in the closet. It was like it was really military, and I had a negative perception of that. And then after my father passed and I wrote my book and I got to really look at it, is when my impression of my father adjusted. It's like, he prepared me for the absolute ordeals of life. Like he played an ogre in my life, so I knew how to deal with that. You know, and I saw him totally different in the last few years of my life because of the weight and the pressure that he put on me. I am emotionally invincible. Like, he created a spirit within me when I was really young that I'm unbreakable. And I used to not quite. I used to almost hate him for it, and now I see what he was doing. He taught me to survive hell.
Wow. Damn, shit. Will Smith, man.
Thank you both for that.
Yeah. When you bring up Martin, Heather, and I always looked at Garrett Morris, you know, who played
Stan,
you know, and by the way, round of applause for him for getting his star.
Hollywood
for sure. Walk of Fame, being the first black comedian on SNL, but he was the station manager for What's Up? WZUP. Right, you know, but he's a legend in comedy that we don't talk enough about, right? Garrett Morris, and you employed him. What did you learn from him? What was it like working with Garrett?
That he was just real cool and real professional. You know, very, very smart and just fun to work with. Just jubilant every day and just loved to work. You know, had a lot of fun with him. You know, that's from Garrett Morris from Cooley High.
From Cooley High.
You know, what is it that you want, son? Knowledge will get it for you.
Yes, exactly.
That's classic. When you look at that, and I think about his time coming up, Garrett Morris, and now the current landscape of comedians, especially black comedians, it's been a fiery year. You know, it's been a lot of truths, you know, coming to the surface. When you sit back and assess that, what are your thoughts on that? A lot of comedians are talking about a lot of comedians, you know, and it's creating this energy. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I don't know about, you know, talking about other comedians in a negative way. I mean, if you got to fire back, you got to fire back. But, you know, I think comedy should be all about comedy, you know, making the people laugh and giving them what they want. And this world is in enough turmoil and heartache and everything else. And so to use comedy for negativity is just not the way to go. You know, you gotta keep the comedy, keep the laughter, you know, so people can keep the spirits up.
I like that. All right, cool, man.
Sure.
With y'all comedy, both your comedies are extremely unique. Will, I know you didn't start off to be a comedian, but you funny as hell, Will. You're a funny dude, man. We'll walk in the room, you start laughing.
That's the ears. That's the ears. Yeah, it's my ears.
That's the ears.
Just make people giggle.
Yeah, still works, bro. Still
that
works,
boy look
man.
like a trophy.
Get out, Will.
So in these scenes, do y'all ever change scenes just to go with your impulse or instinct? Has that happened in any of the movies where you just change the comedy in the scene?
Well, he'll take the straight man's at times, and I'll take the comedy.
Yeah.
But then he'll take the comedy, and I'll take the straight man, and we'll switch like that.
That's the beauty of like, you know, Martin's comedy IQ, right? So we'll go into a scene and, you know, it'll be written a certain way, but now we're going to try to figure out, okay, what's the real lane for your character? What's the lane for my character? And we learn how to make room for each other, right? And, you know, a lot of times, you know, my character might have a joke and it's like, oh, no, that's better if your character says that and I play this, and we can go into a scene and find it in the moment. And a lot of times it's different than what's on the page, but the script was really good for this one though. It wasn't as much ad-libbing, but you know, Martin has a really unique comedic capability that he can be really broad, and it's like super broad physical comedy without breaking the drama. And that's what I see a lot of times with comedians, where they can go so broad with the comedy that they break the reality. And I think what's really great in Bad Boys is the spectrum that we can cover from drama to comedy, right? That you can have a moment and Martin can be extremely broad and hilarious, and my character is dead serious, and they don't compromise one another. And I think that's a I credit Martin with that. It's like he understands where the edge is. He understands where one more physical gesture and it breaks the reality of the moment.
Yeah, I try to get into the science of it.
I know Will did just kind of break that down like a college professor. The whole room is like, what is he saying?
I told everybody Will should be a motivational speaker.
Yeah, bro. We just look at Will when he talks. Throw anything. Tracy, throw a question at Will. Right?
But he's like that on the set. He could talk about anything. Anything he could break down. He could break down.
You ever get tired of him?
No. He has a brilliant mind. He's a genius, man.
I agree. Will Smith, a genius. Go ahead. Come on. Trigger.
With this
We love it.
fourth installment, I gotta say the both of you guys have helped me have a deeper appreciation for action films, because I feel like a lesson is how to have fun with fear.
Yes, that's a good one.
You know
I
what I'm
love that.
saying?
How to have fun with fear.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And look at challenges through the perspective of an adventure. Like
Yes,
that's something that we can
absolutely.
take away from.
Yep.
And when Sway had mentioned immortality, and when you were speaking about your father as well, for the both of you guys, it makes me curious. What was your relationship with fear 30 years ago? And what is your relationship with fear now? What has changed? What has stayed the same?
Ooh, my relationship with fear, probably that I wouldn't make it, that I wouldn't accomplish the goals that I would set out to try to get, and and just trying to get by every day, So that probably was my fear. But as I went on and challenged myself and took things on, I was able to conquer my fear.
Yeah, I lived in pure terror. As a little boy, like fear was the center of my being. What I started doing, like in the past 10 years, when I got conscious of fear as being like the central human block. Fear is like the central human block that keeps you from starting the business that you want to start.
Right.
It keeps you from getting out of a relationship you shouldn't be in. It keeps fear is absolute central human block. The love that you want is on the other side of loving somebody into the dangerous place. Right? So it's like, for me, as soon as I realized that, I started consciously attacking my fears. And you might remember on my 50th birthday, I did a thing where I jumped out of if I'm scared, I'm going in. And being able, I don't think fear ever goes away. You just become friends with it. You're like, okay, there you are. You're trying to keep me from having what I want. Now, I know you're not going to leave, but what you're not going to do is stop me from going forward.
But that's the devil.
Yeah.
That's the devil.
Wow. Well,
That's
yes, absolutely.
And I just want to say, people that have big egos, ego stands for edging God out.
Yes.
Never do that. So check your ego.
Yeah, that's for real.
Check your ego. I love it, man. We got Will Smith. We got Martin Lawrence here. We talking Bad Boys. Ride or die. We're going to go to a song, and we're going to come back and let our audience get a chance to ask some questions.
Yes, absolutely.
How about that? The audience gets to ask questions. Huh? Wow. Shade 4-5. Okay, y'all having a good time in the lobby? Y'all can hear us? You can't hear us? How you shaking it? You're responding to me.
Yes.
Thumbs up, wait.
Somebody's lying.
They can hear us. They can hear us. They can hear us. They can hear us.
Hey, Will, Martin, can y'all wave at them over there?
Wave at them over there. All right.
Shout out to Charlie Mack.
Yeah,
Charlie Mack
in the building.
Charlie Mack got a book coming out.
Yes, he does.
How important is Charlie Mack to your career?
Listen, I wouldn't have no career if it wasn't for Charlie Mack. There's been, you talk about ride or die, there's been multiple times in my life when gunshots rang out and Charlie Mack ran towards who was shooting.
He ran towards the
Towards the
fear.
fear.
Charlie Mack ran towards who they were shooting. So, that's a real live ride or die tested in the fire. So yeah.
Salute to Charlie Mack.
Yeah.
You have a person like that, Martin, in your life?
Oh, most definitely. My brother, my best friend Larry, my couple best friends. You know, I have a best friend I just lost. Played Nipsey on the Martin show.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
That was my ride or die.
Rest in power.
Rest in power.
Yeah, and so I have a few of them.
You have a few?
Yeah.
We had Patti LaBelle on the show. She was celebrating her 80th birthday
Yes,
last week.
yes.
I know y'all watched the show. I know y'all commented and everything.
Like and subscribe.
Patti said something.
I FaceTime Miss Patti from Saudi Arabia.
too.
I was in
did
Saudi,
too.
and we were there on
Yeah.
tour, and we made it a point to
FaceTime.
stop our tour to
And
FaceTime
FaceTime.
and then say happy birthday
Wow.
to
Yes,
we
Patti.
did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
man.
yes, wait. What'd you do?
Well, I'm sorry. We don't, FaceTime, I can't compare it to the party we threw for Patti with Moet bottles. And Mark, we flew in Kenny Lattimore. Well, y'all was pressing buttons with bad Wi-Fi. These rich guys, they don't want to spend no money. It's easier to FaceTime her, right?
Hilarious.
I mean, how many friends? Like, Patti said something interesting. Heather pointed out. She said she only, at 80, she only has how many?
5.
5
Yeah.
friends in her friend circle.
Wow.
And I noticed mine has gotten smaller as
Yeah.
I've gotten
Yeah,
older.
yeah,
How
yeah.
about y'all's? How big is your friend circle? Your real true.
Mine is real small.
Yeah, it definitely get smaller. I don't have a lot of new friends,
Yeah.
So it's like if you look at my squad that's here with me now, it's a collective 100 years. It's multiple people been with me for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's for me, like loyalty is a real thing.
Loyalty is a real
Yeah.
thing. Just in case you forget who we got sitting here, we have, let me see, what Forbes has deemed the most bankable star worldwide.
Wow.
His films have grossed over, he has 8 consecutive films grossing over $100 million domestically. Come on, Martin has given careers and lifelines to numerous amounts of actors and comedians that have gone on to be incredible human beings. He has won a series of awards as well for what he does and his skill set. Give him a round of applause. I seen them when they were broke.
The bad boys, yes.
The bad boys. Let's take some listener questions. That's Kalani right there. Lonnie Light. That's our.
Hey,
that's my nephew.
Oh, love. That's your nephew.
Yeah,
What's up,
he said,
Oh man,
Freedom.
yeah, okay. Like to put the family to work.
Tell them who your parents are.
Well, my father, you actually know my father, and he wanted to give you an extended hello, and he mixed Welcome Men in Black with you in L.A. His name is Commissioner Gordon.
Yes, absolutely. That's your father. That's
my
amazing.
pops, yeah.
Tell him I said what's up. Yeah, that's right.
Tell him who your
Yeah,
mother
he got a
is.
good ear.
And my mother, Suzette Williams, music business aficionado, publishing. She's amazing. Managed Lauren Hill. Managed her.
Suzette, have I met her? I met your mom.
You probably met her.
You probably-
You
okay.
met her.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
Up at
Sony.
Sony, back in the Sony
Okay,
days.
yeah.
All right, now.
Send my love.
Okay, so now with all that greatness in his family, we have him interning and he's pushing mics
No,
right now.
that's how you got to do it.
Do it,
No,
man.
you got to start back, and it's not a degrading thing. It's like you got to learn it all from the bottom.
Yes.
So you have to understand all of the aspects. Like I know how that camera works.
Yeah.
Right. So I know how the lights work and how they function, and like when you learn things from the ground, it's like earners are learners.
Yes.
So it's like that is it is not a degradation at all. It is a way that you can build your foundation for your greatest success.
Come on.
I respect that.
Damn, man, he gonna come to work early tomorrow. Yeah, come on time, man.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. So you gonna get some. We got some listeners.
Yeah, who has a question over here?
Frank, stand up.
Right,
Yo, come on, let me tell you about him real quick, and I'll stop talking.
Okay.
I walked into work this morning, and this man stopped me 7-something in the morning, and he followed me through the lobby, and Oakland started coming out.
So you tased him.
I didn't tase him,
and when he woke
I was
up,
about to. He said, "I'm a listener, and I wrote you and Heather a personal letter," and he wrote us some letters. We read on air, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind. Oh, you listen to that?
Yeah.
Amazing, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you for your words.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so my name's Frank.
What's up, Frank?
I'm from Massachusetts. Thank you, guys. Congratulations on
Thank
your careers. And that was series spanning, decades.
Lift that mic,
Yes.
Frank.
Decades. But, yeah, so my question is, with this new movie, Ride or Die, what's been your favorite part of the process so far making it?
Making it with this guy.
Yeah.
Making it with this guy, man. Having the ball blast.
Yeah, for me, Martin and I, we stood together at like a rap party or something like that, and we were looking at Bad Boys 1, and it was on the screen, and we were standing there looking, and I was just like remembering where my mindset was during that time. Like, I was going to be the biggest movie star in the world, and I had all my goals, and I was set, and I was going to do. And as we were standing there looking at it, I realized that kid didn't notice he was in the middle of his dreams. He was there. He was making Bad Boys 1. Where was he going? What did he think was going to be bigger and brighter than that moment? And it was like such a shock standing there with Martin, and I realized, like, life is right now.
Yeah.
Your life is not when you do the next thing. It's right now. This is your life right now. And it's like, wake up and be in your life, you know? And yes, you can want the other thing, but it can't be at the degradation of the beauty of breathing and being alive and being together right now.
In the moment.
You know? And Martin really, hit on that for this movie. So I would say that was the best thing. It's like the revelation, like, all of us right here, this is our life right now. We're in our life right now. It's not tomorrow.
That's beautiful.
And you all are in the same moment.
Yes, like this is our moment. This is our moment right now.
Man.
Never happened
that's
before,
something.
never will happen again. This is ours. That's a magical idea to me.
Damn, man, I took my glasses off. I wanted to see this moment without this blockage here. All right, who else we got? Body Light.
Oh, man.
Good afternoon.
Hey.
I want to thank you all for taking the time to take these questions.
Cool, bro.
First question I got for you is, where do y'all get the inspiration from to continue this specific movie franchise?
When they're good, you just want to do more.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like they're progressing, in terms
Getting
of story,
better.
in terms of ideas, and that the world is getting introduced, to it. And I think at the heart of this franchise in particular is like a real yearning of the human soul to have a ride or die. Like somebody that is going to be down with you no matter what. You're allowed to make a mistake. You're allowed to do something wrong, and they riding with you no matter what. So for me, that idea and holding on to that idea and putting that idea out in the world is I will continue to do that as long as people want to see it.
Amen.
All right, okay, Lonnie Light, let's work the room over here, man. You're doing great, by the way. Bottom up.
You're doing
Remember
great.
that.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
We got a question over here.
There you
Okay,
go.
young man. All right.
What's up, guys?
How you
My
feeling,
name is
man?
Asher from Brooklyn.
Asher in the
from
building.
Brooklyn.
My question is, in your career, what is a movie or TV show that has impacted you guys personally?
That has impacted us personally. All right.
That's
impacted us personally.
Oh, wow.
What is a movie or TV show? All right. So there are a couple of things that really, I would say, in terms of inspiration to be a performer. Probably Eddie Murphy, 48 Hours, but across Eddie Murphy's career, I'd probably say Eddie Murphy was like the single greatest inspiration for me. It's like I want to do
as well.
that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
You gotta salute Eddie.
Eddie
Martin.
For me, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, like that it was real. When Eddie did it, it was like, oh wow. He sounds like me, he like look like me. Like
and 48 hours, you don't get a better debut than that.
Oh my God,
You don't get a better debut than that.
Yeah, so I would say, 48 hours and Eddie in general, like that kept me on fire. And as far as a single piece of entertainment, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Like I almost passed out the first time I saw it. It was too much for me to handle emotionally. Like nobody was doing that.
No,
and it was the cinematic quality of it with the music, and they debuted it on regular TV.
Remember that?
It was
there.
like 8 o'clock. Like they
Prime
just
time.
Network
TV.
They turned television off so he could do Thriller. And it was like the most amazing thing. So I think like the combination of Thriller and Eddie Murphy was like always staying alive in my mind as the heights of what I wanted to be able to offer the world.
Great question. All right, we got Will Smith, Martin Lawrence here. Man, I know we got to wrap this up, right? But when you talk about people who are movies or TV shows that inspired you. Last time Will was here, we single-handedly resurrected his rap career. Would you say that?
We did a brand new folk.
I remember that. Will was a rapper. Will forgot he could rap. He was like, yo, Sway, you remember that shit? You looking at, oh, wow, you took this seriously.
That's hilarious.
All right, but that all came from somewhere. Yo, Will's actually going to rap this verse? Dude, I didn't
anytime brand new funk come on.
Don't say that.
No,
I ain't going to do it. I ain't gonna do that to you. I could have done it, but it just makes me as big and as incredible of a human being. Both of you have evolved into acting, comedy, charitable work that people don't know. Lending. I know more about Will Smith than I care to know. Right? But it's healing. You offer, you sacrifice yourself through your experiences. We've seen it all now.
Yeah.
And we got to learn from it because we see you still standing.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Absolutely.
And you still teaching.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right? And you still sharing. Right? So I want to say thank you to you.
No, I appreciate you,
It could be an ugly time, but the way you've handled things. And I'm your peer. I'm not no kid. I'm inspired by you.
Thank you, man.
Right? And
thank
you as well, Martin. So I want to say thank you to both of you. If I never done that. But Will, I know at the core of it all is hip hop in your heart.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
the hip hop shit. I mean, before Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. before Eddie Murphy, it was the God MC Rakim.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Rakim.
Rakim.
Okay. Let's do the lineage.
And before that, it was Melly Mel.
Okay.
So I would say Melly Mel in terms of my rap career, and before Melly Mel was Grandmaster Caz.
Yes.
Right. So
Caz.
my entire style, my everything, the way that I rap is based on Grandmaster Caz, Yvette. It was the Fresh Prince, the character, everything was centered on Grandmaster Caz's verse, Yvette. And I was like, I want to rap like that.
Wow.
It was a long time ago, but I'll never forget. Got caught in the bed with this girl named Yvette. I was scared like hell, but I got away. We got Grandmaster Caz! Ladies and gentlemen, the full, complete, and total inspiration for the Fresh Prince, Grandmaster Caz.
Yeah, what up? Grandmaster Caz, Casanova Fly. He wrote the verse for Big Hank on Rapper's Delight.
Yes.
Cold Crush Brothers.
Yes.
The original right here, the legend, the icon.
Standing up.
And you can find him on Rock the Bells Radio.
Yes,
Give it up for Grandmaster Caz. Give that man a round.
You got me.
Got you, Will?
That was good. That was was good.
You know who you rocking with, Will. Come on, man. Come on, Will.
Love y'all.
Had him singing lyrics.
Yo, that was good.
I was in the back, and you was like, and Melly Mel. But Grandma, this wouldn't work.
Caz, come get on the mic. Come over here by me. We'll go ahead and sit down. Caz, you can take my chair, man. This is Grandmaster
That's
Caz right
fantastic.
Cold Crush Brothers.
So my first record, and I do it in my audio book. I talk about it. So there, 12 years old, I was trying to like develop my style and all of that, and you're moving all over the place when you're young, trying to find yourself. And when I heard the verse Yvette, I was like, it was flow, but a story and punchlines. It's funny. He was putting jokes in the places, and it was like I learned the structure of 4 bars and the punchline from Yvette, and it was like who I wanted to be exploded after I heard Grandmaster Caz.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is love.
Yeah.
That is love.
That's it, Caz?
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, my value to the culture of hip hop is not in the records that I made. You know what I mean? I don't have platinum plaques and all that, but the influence, that I left on other people and the successes that they've had because of those and partially due to those influences is what has me here to this day.
Yes,
Keeps
sir.
me alive.
Yes, sir.
When Will
Yes,
Smith
sir.
writes a book, and devotes like damn near a chapter to you, that shows other people who didn't have any idea of who you are, you are. Let me check out who this guy is.
Absolutely.
Okay, when Rakim gets interviewed and says, "Yo, one of my biggest inspirations, Grandmaster Caz," make you want to check out. Well, let me check out who this Grandmaster Caz guy is. So basically, I my life continues and expands through these guys.
Wow.
Okay, who took the influence and ran with it. And I can say that, like, I'm responsible for one of the most successful entertainers in the whole world.
Yes, sir.
That guy right there.
The most bankable.
He's the only one. I'm good. I'm good.
You got to be proud of this dude, though, right?
I am ultra proud.
Look where he's taking as we celebrate the so-called 50 years.
You're talking about the stratosphere. This guy's going beyond the stratosphere. He's transcended the culture of hip-hop. He's transcended music, pretty much every medium. And, I mean, that 50-year thing when you started facing your fears and jumping out of planes and bungee jumping, I'm like, that's my guy. That's next level right there. So, I'm extremely proud of him.
Yes,
I'm extremely proud of him.
Will jumped out of planes, so we don't have to.
So we don't have to.
Appreciate you, Will. Will always looking out for the coach. Right?
And listen, Mark, I never got to the Def Comedy Jam, but I never missed one on television.
Thank you, brother.
That it would not be what it was without you. You are the
Amen.
heart, soul of that, and
Say
everything that came from it.
Thank you, brother.
Believe that.
Thank you.
I miss you snapping on it.
Well, look, man, I think this is a perfect way to not bring this to an end, but to transition to our next moments.
Yes, exactly.
Amen.
Right.
Well
Transition to our next now.
Our next now. All right. But let's give these guys a big round of applause. If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie Bad Boys 4 Ride or Die. Give it up for Martin Lawrence. Give it up for Will Smith, and give it up for the icon, Grandmaster Caz, Heather B, Tracy G, Lonnie Light, DB, Torch, my whole team here, Tone, I see you, Ty, Drew, Naraya, and to all of you citizens, thank you. You all are citizens. Y'all have a beautiful day. Shade 4-5.